What's up, gents? Dirtbag Gaming here, the channel for casual raiders. We are going over SAMAR GEMCURSED today. Now, this guy has been talked about a little bit in the community about he is okay, he doesn't hit that hard, he's not that good. I tested him PvP mainly, and he's fun. I think he's a couple different roles. You can definitely use him as a niche type of thing. He's got 80 resistance, so I automatically thought he'd be great on a resistance team, but he just doesn't perform like I want him to perform. We're going to go into a full guide with him today. If you haven't seen, there's a how-to gear guide with him. There's a couple different ways that you can gear him or kit him out or whatever the hell you want to do with him. But today we're going to go over mainly what I found was the best gear for him that I think will help out in a lot of different places. So let's get right into it. So first off, we're going to go over the skills, masteries, artifacts, and then we'll kind of throw them into PvP, or I'm sorry, PvE, and then we'll go into some PvP at the end. But first off, he's got an A1, which is pretty cool. Attacks one enemy, heals by 15% of the damage inflicted if this champion has 50% HP or less. So it's like a built-in lifesteal. Also, the mastery kind of adds to it. So this mastery heals an extra 5%. So every time he's below 50% HP, he's actually going to heal himself for 20% of the damage dealt. So if he does a lot of damage, he heals himself for a lot more, which is pretty cool. Fills his champion's turn meter by 15% if he has more than 50% HP. So if he's going first, or he's on a counterattack team, or whatever it may be, he's going to basically boost up his turn meter. So you can actually make him just super fast and kind of keep going. Because 15% turn meter on an A1 is actually pretty good. It's all based on HP. He's an HP type champion. We'll go over his stats in a little bit. A2, which is also a unique skill. Don't have him booked out at all. I don't think he'd be worth booking unless he's like one of your first legendaries, and he can be a debuffer, which we'll get into. But attacks one enemy, inflicts bonus damage equal to the difference of HP percentage levels between this champion and target. So if he has a crap ton of HP, every percentage he does more damage. So 1% damage per 1% difference. So if he has 50% more HP than you, he's going to do 50% more damage. But the bigger one that you should look at is inflicts bonus damage equal to the difference of number of buffs. So if he's on a go first team, which is what I was testing in the prior video, he's going to do a lot more damage because he can steal buffs. And if he has a lot of buffs to start with, he's going to do a lot more damage because it's 10% per buff. So let's say you start with one, like a shield set. You boost up with Arbiter, that's another buff. Lydia goes, that's 4 buffs. And then like this Archmaid goes, that's 3 more buffs, or 2 more buffs. So he's already starting at 6 buffs. 60% more damage on an A2 just from that, but he does his A3 automatically, so he might even steal more buffs and then hit really hard on that. So I was thinking he'd probably be good in a Relentless set because he'd be able to do his A3 and then hopefully proc Relentless and does A2 right after that to just have so many buffs on him. So I think Relentless would actually be really good for this champion. But that's it. He kind of boosts himself. Second one, or third one, attacks all enemies, so it's an AoE, has an 80% chance, which is very high, up to 100% chance, that's what I was saying if you want to book them, to stealing 2 random buffs before attacking. Places an extra hit on enemies that have buffs remaining, so if you don't have a lot of accuracy, it's fine because then you'll still place 2 hits. If you do have a lot of accuracy, you're going to be able to steal buffs as well as place a second hit if they have 2 or 3 more buffs. So this is good for like if there's like a counterattack team or another team that like a Skull Crown, you can steal their buffs. Like you can just it works every now and then. It's a cool skill. The animation, like this big thing drops, you'll see, and it looks pretty cool. But it could be a debuffer, right? Like essentially, if you have, it's not like a decreased defense or anything like a Madam, but at least if there's another team that starts with a shield, like Krisk or whatever his name is, you can actually steal the shield off most of the people and do some damage. So it actually is pretty cool. Now this is kind of what I think is really cool with him. Block damage right when he starts the battle. So if you're not first, he's not going to take any damage unless they have a Madam, they can strip it, but he doesn't take any damage, and he also procs it if there's incoming damage that takes him below 30% HP. So let's say you're facing a Trunda goes up, hits you, it would completely stop the damage, put up a block damage buff, and he doesn't take any damage. It is a very cool, unique skill that happens. and just kind of starting the battle without taking any damage to begin with is also very cool. So this is a 4-turn cooldown. You can't book it down any further. That's what I'm saying. Like if you have like a relentless build or a super fast relentless build, this is just going to keep proccing every single time. So actually, I think relentless would be really fun with this guy. So let's say he takes the hit, it procs, he doesn't take any damage, he's got a block damage buff, whatever. Then he goes, that goes from a 4-turn to a 3-turn, procs relentless, then it goes to a 2-turn. So basically, he has to survive one more go round of damage, and then he can kind of go in and then proc again. So I think it's kind of like when we had the Lydia, where if Lydia has the block revive, it's a 7-turn cooldown. She's a relentless set, it kind of goes, and then triggers again when they try and revive for a second time in the same match. Works every now and then. His aura is a very good aura. Increases HP in all battles, so all battles by 30%, so he's an HP type champion, so he can be your leader. Now, I haven't looked at the reviews yet, but let's look at the reviews. Pretty bad. So don't worry, we're going to try him out everywhere. He's not a debuffer, he doesn't do anything else. It's literally just AoE damage, steal buffs, and just raw damage. So we're going to test him out in a bunch of places. We'll kind of give our full insight. We did get him fully masteried, so I went all the way down to Helm Smasher just to see how much damage he can get out of everything. If you want a more PvE content, go with the Giant Slayer. If you want more of a consistent build, go with the Flawless Executioner. That's what I would suggest. Go there or there. I think we're missing this. We could probably... This is the thing. So somebody let me know if this works, but he starts with block damage beginning his thing. So if your team takes damage, decreases the damage an ally receives from the first enemy hit in each round by 20%. This champion will receive that damage instead. So my thought is, since he starts with a block damage, he's going to negate 20 of the damage that your enemy or that your team takes just for free, just for having his passive already up on the team or on himself. So I thought that was a pretty cool skill to test out. I haven't really seen it. I haven't really paid attention to it, but somebody let me know if that actually is the way I thought it was, and we might test it out now. But just more defensive build, kind of more resistance. This is an increased turn meter just so you can go a little bit faster. There's just so many skills I want for this guy. Like I want this. Probably don't need that one, but I want this. I want like this defensive row right here, just so good for him. I thought this would be better. We might not need this. Instead, I probably would want this one. Yeah, probably this one, because if he does counterattack, he'll then be able to either heal himself for 20% or increase his turn meter by 15%. So let's actually, I might, just get rid of this one and just go with this one. Yeah, so let's redo the skills. And I'm thinking, do we, we kind of need this. So do we need the shield? Because 15% total HP is actually really good. Or do we want the kill streak? 6% in arena. All other locations for each enemy killed by this battle stacks across each round by 12%. So not huge, because he's not going to last, like your team's not made to last that long. So we'll probably just go with this one, just get the shield. All right, but if I move myself, that's what it was. Let's go back, and we're gonna re-gear this guy, and I'm gonna test out this one. Okay. All right, cool. So there we re-geared him. We kept this again because of his passive, but then we went down to this to counterattack. So if he does lose 25% of HP, he can then counterattack and then kind of either heal up 20% because we still have the life trigger, or he's gonna boost his turn meter by 15% if he's over 50% HP. We kind of went down this because he is an HP champion, so he does have a lot of HP. Heals the champion by 6% of their max HP. Each time an enemy's heal occurs once per turn. And kind of this just to kind of increase his healing. So yeah, we changed it up a little bit, but we still kept Helm Smasher and the shield, and let's kind of test this guy out. All right, so we are going to go into the artifacts. Again, there's a bunch of different artifacts you can gear with this guy. If you really want, just go straight 3 HP immortal sets. You can do that because he just keeps healing every single turn. And he has a crazy ton of HP, but we wanted him to do some damage. So we're going to go into what I like, what I don't like. So I like that he is an HP champion. A lot of HP champions in this game are good and sought after, but he's not a Mountain King. He's an HP champion starting at 21,000 HP. That is so bad. He's a dwarf with 21,000 HP as an HP champion. What the hell is that? And then I clicked on another dwarf. Trunda has more HP than the HP champion. What? How's that even fair? Like, he's not a huge defensive guy. He's got 1,200 defense. Trunda has like 1,000. Like, it's. I would definitely rekit him and go with at least 27k HP. You got Skull Lord. He was in my shield set. Like, I was thinking, I'll just put a shield set on him. He'll be good. He's going to be amazing. No, he did not replace my shield set guy. I took all my shield set off of him and put it on Gemcursed, and his shield was just so tiny it wasn't even worth it. I got him up to like 80k HP, and his shield just it just wasn't it wasn't good. So that's what I would change with. I would give him at least 27, maybe 30,000 HP. Like, that would actually change him a lot. He would hit harder, he survived a little bit longer. People would actually be able to use him in a shield set. Mountain King is kind of what I wanted him to be. Once I found out that he was not going to be a Mountain King, we kind of had to change it up and go just more damage route. So the Mountain King, I think, is like 31,000 HP, which is like one of the highest in the game, if not the highest in the game. So yeah, that's kind of the one thing I would change is the main HP on the champion. Like, his stats are just stupid. 107 base speed is crazy. But I did like his already started with 80% resistance, so you can build him with more of a resistance build. That could be good as well. So like accuracy and resistance. I wanted him as almost like a hybrid when I first started him. So his gloves, I was using a crit damage glove before, but I needed that for somebody else, so I kind of kept it on them. And then we mainly went with the HP gloves. So we got 71k HP, 2,000 defense, 203 speed, which this was faster, but we couldn't make it faster. 74k, 74% crit rate, 129 crit damage, 252 resistance. Again, we're getting 80 for the Great Hall, 80 for him starting, and then 82 because the artifacts, and then 313 accuracy. We changed up his banner. We gave him accuracy banner. This was a resistance banner. I wanted him to use A3 a lot more, so we wanted him to actually steal the buffs. So we want the accuracy banner. If you want him to be more resistance and tanky, just go resistance or HP. This we went crit damage because we were looking for some damage, resistance substats, and then HP obviously for the ring. He is an HP champion. We have HP for the gloves. You can either do crit damage or HP, or crit rate if you really need it, but I would highly suggest HP for the gloves with crit rate substats. Chest piece HP 100%, unless you're going like, no, just go HP chest piece. Speed, crit rate, accuracy, really good chest piece for him. Gloves or boots, always want to go speed. This we have a really good roll for crit rate, speed, resist. Like, this is a really good shield for him. And then we have helmet, accuracy, attack doesn't matter for him, crit rate, crit damage, and this we have speed, HP, which is awesome, and these attack doesn't matter. So those are his gear. We went with the Savage again. I tried a bunch of different sets. I actually spent probably the most amount of silver on this guy than I've ever done building a champion. So this guy should feel blessed with what we did. So those are stats. That's kind of what we're playing around with. So let's go into some. I haven't tried him again. I've only played around with him in PvP, which it's fun. Like, it's cool having a new champion that you get to play around with, especially a legendary. But let's throw him in some dungeons. So what can he do? He's basically just there for raw damage. He's not going to do a ton in the dungeons. We'll throw him in a dungeon that he's probably not going to be good at, because he steals buffs, but there's no buffs to be stolen here. And he's not going to do a ton of damage. So who do we take out? This is just test. This probably doesn't even matter. So we're going to go him, take this out. We will, yeah. So, and it's a green infinity, so that's good. So let's just throw right into it. He's not going to get any bonus from the attack leader, but look at that. He already starts with the block damage buff. So that is pretty cool. If he goes below 30% HP, or if he's going to take a hit that just below 30% HP. All right, so we did about 30,000 to all the spiderlings, and I didn't see how much he did for the boss. But let's just see if we can actually kill the boss with this. And we got another cold heart coming. They're going after this cold heart. That cold heart's going to die. And then slow it down. Now let's see what he does against the boss. So he's got 2 buffs. Boss has 0. So he's going to do an extra 20% damage with his A2. He's not going to do any more because of his HP, because the spider boss has a lot more HP. But let's just slow down and see how much he does how much damage he does with his A2. Super slow. 89k. Not bad. That was an extra 20% damage because of the 2 buffs he had on him. But still, 90k just for 1 hit. Not bad. Now let's see if we can actually finish off the spider without miscreated monster. I think we really just need him to do his, we need him to do his A2. There we go, we're good. Before the spider goes. Now he's gonna do his A1. He's above 50% HP. So when he does his A1, he's gonna get a turn meter boost. There you go, boost his turn meter by 15%. And then when Royal Guard is going to finish it off. There you go. So he doesn't bring anything to the table when it comes to spider. He just does AoE damage. That's it. All right, so let's go into something else. Hopefully I don't forget he's in there. Let's go into Dragon. It's always good to test out Dragon. He has weak affinity, so this is probably a terrible idea. But let's take out Seer. We'll go HP. We'll take out Mausoleum Mage, and we'll go with him. We'll go with him. Yeah, let's try that. So we'll just see. He's probably all weak hits. Again, you can fast forward this part if you really want to, but he starts with that, which is cool. So he's not going to take any damage the first turn, at least, if he was slow enough, but I think he's fast enough, so he's going to be able to do everything. So here's the AoE. There's no buffs up, so I guess we should wait to do buffs. Let's do this. He's got 3 buffs. They have 0. 62k against a weak affinity. Stun on everybody because he's amazing. So now what can you do? You can do the AoE. Let's just see how much the AoE hits. So slowed it down. That was 16k. Again, a weak affinity. There are buffs out. So then his A1, I'm curious what his A1 does. So here we go. We're going to do the A1. If Lydia ever lets us go. All right, so A1. Weak hit, yeah. So we're just going to skip all the way to the dragon, and then we'll show you what damage you can do on the dragon. Okay, finally made it to the dragon, and I clicked the wrong button. All right, so let's throw some buffs. Now he's got 3 buffs. Let's do some damage there. Not a lot. We're going to save this one, so that way when Lydia can debuff him. So we'll just kind of boost our turn meter. Boosted the turn meter, throw up a poison. All right, so here we go. Now we're going to get 2 more buffs. He's up to 3 buffs. So we're going to get an extra 30% damage. He has decreased defense, so let's see how much he can hit for his A2. Again, weak affinity, so this is kind of like all 40, this is all dumb test. All right, so we're going to fast forward to the end, and then we'll show you how much he does in total. Okay, so he did about 553,000. Not that bad, right? Like, it's weak affinity, not going to be like your main dragon carry. He's just an HP champion, right? So if you want to bring him in dragon, do whatever you got to do. Ice Golem, which I think he will be best at, because stealing of the buffs, the block damage. So if he takes like a big hit from the leader, then he's not going to die like by 1 hit because of his block damage. So let's throw him in here. Who are we going to take out? We're going to take out Seer. I think this is like my speed run. We'll take out Seer and we'll put in this guy. And we'll do HP. All right, so he's going to be the leader now. So we're getting a little bit more HP. Let's test it. The wave 2 obviously is the hardest wave. So if they do put up the reflect damage, I think he's going to be clutch by hopefully stealing it. Because he does have accuracy. So I think he'll be able to steal all of the block. That's what it was. So he does his A3 first. So on wave 2, he won't have his A3 up. So we might have just screwed ourselves right there. But let's see what he does on the wave 2. Oh, man. Maybe Warlord has his A3 up. He does not. So maybe we'll come around and he'll be able to steal it on like the 4th turn or not. There we go. All right, so we did his A3 Warlord, so they won't put up any of the buffs, so he won't steal it. 46k, not bad. All single targets only got one AoE hit. 42k. All right, so now let's pay attention to see now his block damage buff, right? If he were to take a hit that drops him below 30% HP, he'll put that buff back up. And he's got about 70k or 70% crit. So maybe Bad L should be the leader, and then he'll crit every single time. $45k. 49k. So nothing crazy. There we go. So he actually didn't take like any damage there. 84k. Now watch, he might take some more damage on the big hit. So he got frozen there, but he didn't drop below 30% HP. If you were to drop below 30% HP, then it would proc the block damage. But I honestly think he would be good, probably the best in this instance, because again of that wave 2. So if wave 2 goes and then puts up that reflect damage, he's going to be able to do his A3, strip it off, and then kind of go from there. So that was Ice Golem. Let's go into Fire Knight. Now Fire Knight, he's literally just going to be a heavy hitter, maybe get you closer to the waves. He's got a one hitter, and then an AoE that has 2 hits if you have a buff on you, which the Fire Knight will not have a buff on you. So what do? We take out Seer and we'll just put in him, and we'll do this, and let's see kind of how it goes. A little bit more HP for the instance. He is better affinity for this matchup, but he's just not hitting hard. Like, he just hit that one guy all over to the right for 12,000. 29k for somebody who had decreased defense. He's got Savage Set, and he's got Helm Smasher. So he should, his like, I guess, what are the numbers of the skills, his damage output is just not what it should be. I think if he had, like, again, that extra 6k HP or something like most HP champs have, even if you put him up to 30k, like, why is it so bad if this single target champion that is like a Mountain King has 30k HP? Does it change the game? Does he bring something to the game that just makes it so unbearable that, like, people will hate facing him, like a Tormund? No, he doesn't do any of that. He literally is just putting up a block damage buff, which you can 100% strip, and that's it. And he steals buffs. So, like, somebody like a Mountain King who's also in the same faction, just give him more HP, and I think it would have been so much better. I think people would have been excited about pulling this guy. But I am keeping him geared. I'm going to keep him in my resistance team, which I'll show you, once we get to the PvP, which will be coming up soon. And then I'll show you kind of like how much damage he can do against normal, everyday PvPers. There you go. There was a big hit. That was 101k. That was probably a Helm Smasher proc. Alright, what else can you do? A1 for 40k. Now what? Yeah, 22k. Didn't have any buffs, so couldn't steal any buffs. And I don't think the Fire Knight puts up any buffs, especially when you have 2 cold hearts. It kind of like just goes right through. It's not a bad run. We're at 2 minutes. I think my speed run is like just around 2 minutes, but that obviously is with Seer. So there you go. He's got 1 hit for the shield, so he doesn't really do anything. Let's see if the Cold Heart can do something. There you go. Now let's see how much he hits the boss for. So that was the A1 for 27k. Huge hit right there. Look at that, 30k, 30,000 damage with all of these debuffs up. He's not going to be the best against bosses because his A2 is based off of doing damage against lower HP champions. So you'd have to either really buff up with the stats or with the buffs. 62k, so that was his A2. He had 3 buffs, so we did 30% more damage. So that was like his big hit. A1 does about 25k. I honestly can't tell which ones are the Helm Smasher procs and which ones are not. That was 34k, so maybe that was the Helm Smasher proc for 34,000. Those aren't bad, but such a bad set. All right, where else can we put this guy? I think that's about it. So let's do what he might be mean for. So obviously going to help you out in Faction Wars. Having an HP lead is great. I think he will be good doing damage. What else? Yeah, I mean, he's going to be, there's not a huge option when it comes to Faction Wars. So if you have a legendary dwarf in Faction Wars, I think it'll definitely help out. Clan boss, they'll do it. I wouldn't suggest it unless, because he's going to mess it up because he has the turn meter increase. So unless you can like 100% synchronize the A1 with the increased turn meter, I wouldn't really mess with it. Go ask Deadwood Jedi, and let's try him in some Doom Tower. So Doom Tower, we're on Scarab King 100. I have to figure out how the hell we're going to beat this. But would he be good with the Scarab King boss? Probably not. No, because he doesn't have any buffs. This one he might be good with, stealing the counterattack buffs, but you'd have to like have really good proccing with that. Now, if he was booked out, it's a 100% chance. So he basically would steal all of the counterattack buffs for the Nether Spider. Magma Dragon, weak affinity. This spider, maybe, probably not. But is he going to help out with the waves? Let's go to a standard wave, and let's just kind of see what he does. So we'll keep that up there. We'll put him in here. Now he's got 100% crit rate. So let's just see what the hell he does. We're at floor 109. 99, sorry about that. All right, so he's going to do his A3 now. And let's see if he steals. He doesn't have increased defense. So these are all the buffs. Let's see if he steals any of the buffs. So he stole 4 of the buffs. And then he hit Seeker one more time because he didn't steal Seeker's buffs. And I didn't see how much that hit for. So somebody let me know in the comments what the hell he hit for. Now he's going to do his A1 or A2 for 63,000 because he had an extra 50% damage. So, I mean, 63,000 damage with a 50% increased damage just doesn't seem like that much. Like, that was a lot of buffs. Like, he stole some buffs and then he was placed on buffs. So his A1 hit for 26k. He's literally just a single target. Like, I think the Mountain King hits a lot harder for what the Mountain King does. And I don't have the Mountain King. I wish I did. But I just feel like he's average. Like, again, he will do what you... He's going to be the guy that, like, is the extra guy that you're not going to rely on. So he's just going to be there. He's going to survive. He's way more fun in PvP. Once you see PvP, you're going to see, like, what he can do for you in PvP. Compared to main PvE content like Dragon, Spider, like you're just not going to run them in those instances. But I mean, taking like a minute to complete wave 1, nobody really came close to dying. I mean, I do have a really good team, so sorry if we're showing off this team. I just wanted to see the damage because Lydia is my debuffer, so you could have the same thing, a debuffer. Increased crit rate. Like I know the Archmage dude is a really good guy to pair with him because you increase the crit rate, you increase the crit damage, you increase the speed. That's 3 buffs you're putting on him. So the Archmage dude is basically giving him 30% increased damage for his A2. And so 30% increased damage plus the crit damage plus the crit rate and making him a little bit faster. So I think the Archmage is somebody really good to pair with him. Same with Mausoleum Mage. If you have Mausoleum Mage, it's also a very good pair. Bad L is always a really good pair with almost everybody because you're giving him 2 buffs, so it's 20% more damage plus his poison damage on the enemy team. That's basically a 40% damage swing that Bad L alone is giving him, plus 25% crit rate leader aura, obviously. He hasn't really died. I mean, they're not really targeting him. The weak affinity is Bad L. He's provoked. He has, I forget how much resistance. I changed up his resistance. He was at like 450 resistance when I was first building him because we were going straight resistance, but then he just didn't do any damage. And I wanted him in PvP to kind of strip the buffs and try and do some damage. So you'll see that coming up right after this. So that was the A2. There you go. So we killed 2 people because he hit them again. So it's 2 hits if they still have a buff on them. Final wave. I think he does A2. This is 50, 60, 70%. Okay, so there you go. A2. I think that was his A2. 20, 40, 60% more damage. Let's see what he does. A1 or A2? A1. So that might have been his A1. But if you can have a team that obviously puts up a lot of buffs, like this team puts out quite a lot of buffs, he'll be able to hit pretty hard. These are all his A1s. I think his A2 is a 3, 4 turn cooldown. Alright, so now we're on manual. Put out some more buffs. So his A2 still on cooldown. So A3, no buffs to steal, 13,000. Oh my god. Alright, now here comes his A2. So A2, oh, there we go, there's 2 more buffs. So A2, he's got 20, 40, 50% more damage. So let's go for this guy. 86k. So single target, 60% more damage, 86,000. Don't know if that was a Helm Smasher proc. I don't know if there's a thing telling me if it procced. I wish there was. If like a thing popped up with like a big helmet on it, you probably get to know like what his max potential damage was for the Helm Smasher proc. So there you go. We already did this instance, so it doesn't really matter. 560. So obviously the poisons did a lot more, but he was second place with 562,000. So let's get into some PvP. All right. Okay, so hopefully you're ready for some PvP action. So the first couple of matches, we're going to try and explain what we were focused on. So the first team I really wanted him to replace was my Skull-Lord Valgal. And so I started with him with a shield set. So this is him starting with a shield set. He is in my resistance team. So it's Lydia as a lead, and then everybody else. So we just survived the first onslaught of the enemy team. Lydia debuffs. She tries to stun, but notice that the dude Gemcursed is still fully healed because he had the block damage. So he automatically starts with that. His shield's all the way up. Now we're trying to see what buffs we can steal with his A3. So there you go. He hit for 34, 20, 21k. And again, this is before we did Savage set and all that stuff. All right, but look, steal buff, steal buff, steal buff, steal buff. 80% chance to steal buffs. He does another hit on people that still have buffs up. So they got, look at all the buffs. He's got the increased attack, the crit rate. He stole these buffs from these 2 people. So now with his A2, he's going to do a little bit more damage if he gets to attack. So now he's doing 20% more because she does have 1 buff up on her. If he gets to go. There you go. So his A2, 1 extra attack, weak affinity, 27k, dead. All right, so that was the first match. Again, this is a more resistance build for him. All right. Now, next team, who are we facing? Madame. So we're seeing what the hell Madame's going to do against us, because if she strips off the block damage buff, I think he just dies, especially if you have a well-tuned team. So it starts with the shield. Everybody's got the shield. Everybody got provoked. So her accuracy is amazing. Madame does her E2 by accident, which is so stupid. Everybody got nuked down. The shield that he starts with is just nothing compared to other champions. So this was basically like, I think, a wash for us. Yeah, I think we lost that one miserably. He's basically provoked the whole time. And that was with a ton of resistance. Like, I think I had, like, at this build, 500 resistance on him. With Lydia's 100% or extra 100. So now we got Hegemon. So my resistance team is made for Hegemon teams. Just so that way they can survive the nuke, survive the resist his accuracy stuff. So let's see what we can do against this team. And Torment. So there you go, just super high accuracy, got stunned. Doesn't matter if he has block damage, he's still stunned, he can't do anything. Rotos ignores it anyway. So we cleanse it. Let's see if I can steal some buffs. I don't know if we don't need the buffs that are up right now, but we do it anyway. So 5,000, 13,000 on the crit, not a ton. All right, so let's see what we did. I mean, he's still full health, so let's see what the hell he does against Rotos. Who do we kill? We want Arbiter to res, and then Lydia gets res back up because we blocked the res. But I think Rotos might just kill us. This is right when I geared him. So if you guys saw my how to gear video on him, this is like right after we geared him. We were testing it out. There you go. So resisted. If Rotos comes back in, kills her again. I remember this. And then it's just, all right, so there you go. That procs. So Rotos would have taken him below 30% HP, which then procs it, doesn't take any damage whatsoever. Kills her, it doesn't really matter because Rotos is still up. Rotos just ignores everything that this champ has. So we're going in for him. 7,000 damage, like not the dude I really wanted. Like I wanted him to be a, whatchamacallit, Mountain King. He's not a Mountain King. He is healing every turn though. So, and here comes Rotos again. We probably, do the A1. I should be doing the A1. Like there's no, but yeah, there you go. So A1, finish him off. He gets res back up. Rotos comes in, kills Lydia one last time. Does A2, procced it again. So there you go. After 4 turns, he was then able to proc the unkillable again, or the block damage, whatever it may be. But I think that's really cool in PvP. I think him in a Relentless set would be hilarious. Like, just like a crap ton of HP and just like Relentless, and he's just going through his skills as much as possible. All right, so, I mean, we're still lasting. I don't know how the hell we're lasting this long. I think one of the videos recorded, he was like literally the last one alive, killing as many people as he can. So we stole that buff, the block buffs from the dude, and then he died. All right, so now he died there, and let's get into the next one. So I think we tried the same team, and I'm not sure if we changed anything else. So let's skip this one. So I want to get into like some live PvP. All right, so here's a pretty good team. It's against another Mountain King, which we were trying to be better than, but we're not. So we're gonna survive the nuke. They don't have a debuffer, so he's not gonna take any damage. And he's actually the better affinity against Mountain King, so let's see how much damage he does against the Mountain King, if he even gets the hit. Come on. Okay, so I changed the gear up, so obviously nobody's starting with the shield yet. a shield set, so all the gear I swapped, and I think we put on the Savage set with this. So let's see what kind of damage we're doing with this. Their shield set is ridiculous because Mountain King is amazing. Let's see what we steal. All right, so we stole the shield right there. We stole the shield and we stole block buffs. So that's what I was saying. Like if you put accuracy on him, I think he will be really good with accuracy by stealing whatever's up. So if you have like a go second team or like a resistance team like this, I think he'd be good with accuracy and resistance. So now he's up next. Who's he attacking? We got his A2. He's got 3 buffs. Everybody else has basically 3 buffs. So we're going to try and do something to her. 31k. 10% more damage. It wasn't a ton. She wasn't debuffed. So now she's debuffed. Nope, so everything's resistant. This is a really, really hard team to face. But he's still alive. I mean, he's not really getting targeted. So what's he doing now? He's doing his A1, finishing her. Cool, so we finished her. They don't have a reser, but now we're going against a Mountain King and the dude in the middle, who's like super, super good now. What do we got? 6,000. Kills him. Now he's the last one left. Let's see if there's a thing that takes him below 30% right there. Puts up the block damage. Tries to steal some more buffs. Look at that. We stole a ton of buffs. We stole 3 buffs and we killed the middle guy. So now we got 3 buffs against, you know, his 3 that don't do any extra damage. And we're better affinity against the Mountain King, so let's see what we can do. I think this is the match. So he was the last one. He's basically just going by himself until he gets nuked. Right there. Mountain King, even though he's weak affinity, still destroyed GemCursed. I thought that was pretty cool though. He survived, stole a ton of buffs, and killed the guy in the middle. So we trying again. We are changing up. So I'm thinking we boosted up his speed. Is he better with a go first team rather than a go second team? We took off a lot of his resistance gear, so we're kind of putting him into more of a go first type of team. And since we're going against Krisk, I wanted to see if we can steal a shield off of the champions. So who do we put in besides that? Okay, so Lydia tries to debuff, gets some debuffs up. We do the A3, it only hits Mountain King and, or actually hits all 3 of them. Now we should be doing the A3. So here's the A3, let's see what we steal with the A3. So that wasn't bad, look at that. So we stole a bunch of stuff. Look how many buffs he has right now. And he's doing a second hit on the guy who has the cloak up. That was cool. So look at his shield. It's a huge freaking shield, a ton of buffs. And now, again, this is the go first team. So if you can get him fast enough, I think he'd be good against like teams like this. So we're just getting this guy out of the way. Put up some more shields. Now look how many buffs he has now. What can he do with his A2? So he's going to do A2 against Mountain King. What can you do against the Mountain King? Yeah, there you go. 56,000. Now, how many buffs did he have? 2, 4, 6, like 8. That should have been an extra 80% damage on the Mountain King, and he did 56,000. And I think this is the Helm Smasher build. This is the gear that you saw we went over earlier today. A1, 23,000. Almost finishing him off. Did we win this one? I'm not sure. We might win this one. A1. He's now like the main DPS on his team, so he's doing all the damage now. Not really getting targeted. There you go, A2. Boom, 48,000. Finished him off. Okay, so if you got a team around him, go first team, debuffer, a Mausoleum Mage or the new Archmage dude that puts up the 3 buffs. I think those are really good champions to pair with him to increase his damage output, as well as kind of give him the buff that he needs. You know, a champion that can put up 3 buffs on one person is huge. Now, I'd rather put them with a seer. Well, let's say you pulled this guy, you don't have a seer, you can use this guy in his set. But you saw from the first go around, he stole the shield and all the other buffs and then did a crap ton of damage to everybody else. So he did 187,000 damage. So we lost that one. I want to get into some live stuff. Okay, so this is pairing him with the Archmage. So he's got increased crit damage, 78,000 there. Now let's see if we can survive and do our A3. Alright, so here's the A3. We'll steal some buffs. We didn't kill anybody. And I think we stole the increased attack, which doesn't do anything against us. A1, doesn't matter. 19k against a weak affinity. We healed for 20% because we were below 50%. We have the Mastery and our A1 innately. And it proc the Unkillable. So we killed their DPS. Healing a ton. Taking the damage. We're weak affinity, but we're still doing some work. I think we won this. So a lot of these matches, it really just comes down to him. Hopefully he can heal back up, increasing his turn meter from his A1. Anytime they heal, I get to heal by 10% my max HP. There's no buffs up. Actually, there's a shield. We stole the shield off of Madame. It's not a huge shield. At least it's a little guy. Now, can we finish off this dude right here? Got him. Now it's us versus Madame. Can we finish off a Madame? I think we can. So, did we put this on auto? I think we did. Can't move myself, sorry. It's literally just me versus Madam going in. 8k, not a ton. But look at that, we're surviving. Every time we're below 50% HP, he literally heals for 20% of his HP. That is huge. Like it's literally a better lifesteal set than having a lifesteal set on. This match is it's brutal. Let's see who else we're facing. We went back with Warlord. All right, now what's he gonna do with A3? Yeah, do your A3. 25k on everybody. So not crazy, right? All right, so we didn't go first there. So we actually, hold on. So we didn't go first. He didn't take any damage. Did we go first? I guess we did go first, but they survived. So just him and Lydia now. 12, like, it's not enough. He needs more HP. He's the last one to survive. So I guess that's good to say. And then Trunda just comes in. Oh, look at that. Procced it. It's I think we went over this in the gear guide. If he has the one set, the Swift Parry set, where he gets the crit damage, the speed, and then the unkillable proc, I think that would go well with him, because he would basically be able to proc the unkillable or proc his passive, whichever one is. So he procs his passive first, obviously, because then he won't take any damage. But him not taking damage, they already used their skill. So if they use their skill, that's going to have to go on cooldown, but then he's got the 50% to proc unkillable buff, which is awesome. So that's another good set I think would be really, really good with him. He's going to be great for a 3v3 arena team. So if you put him in like your like this is my main team. So I'm putting him in my defensive team right here. So this is the defensive team, resistance, and he's like the damage dealer. And then this is like the go second team, and then this is the obviously main team. So let's battle the main arena. Okay, so here we go. We'll do this. So we'll try this out again. sorry for if you're looking at this team. If you pair him with Mausoleum Mage again or the new Archmage guy, I think that'll be obviously really well with him. So let's see what he can actually steal from these people. So we're going to do this. He's really slow for PvP, but we're going to do the A3. We can steal some of these shields. 20k all around. Didn't get a second hit because he actually stole the shield. And if he steals, he doesn't place another hit. If they have an extra buff on them, then he places a second hit. So now he's got 2, 4, 5 extra buffs. They have no buffs. So let's see what we can do with our A2 against Krisk. Weak hit, 17k. No extra crit rate. I think he only has 70% crit rate. So let's test out the Archmage, because then he'll have 100% crit rate for the next match. So A1, 33,000. Counterattack. We changed up his Masteries, so he doesn't have counterattack if he does get hit. And finish off Krisk. Okay, cool. Now we're going to take out Warlord, and we're going to put in the new Archmage dude. These aren't the best teams. So let's try... I guess we'll try this team. If we're first, it could be good. Archmage is right here. So now we're going to get the increased crit rate and increased crit damage. So then it'll be 100% crit rate, and I think like 150 or 160 crit damage. And he's got a crap ton of buffs. He's just too slow. Nope, that was pointless. So he put up an extra hit, but he just doesn't do enough damage. Yeah, he's too slow. I need a Warlord to do his A3 so that way he actually has a chance to go. We got the True Fear up. We just need to kill one person so that way maybe she can res and then bring back my team. There we go. Okay, so we'll put that out. And then stun some people. And he's got his A1 on her. It's so little. All right, who can we do? We'll do. She's got the block buffs. Doesn't matter. So now A3, we can steal some buffs. No extra hit because we stole the buffs. And let's see what he does with his A1. Is A2 up? No. So A1. Increase the turn meter because he's over 50% HP. We'll put this on auto. A2, 35k. Again, you're probably noticing he's not the hardest hitting dude that we have in the faction. Obviously, Dwarves has a crap ton of hard hitting champs. He is not one of them. He's a unique niche type champion. Somebody that can steal buffs, survive longer than usual, and kind of be your second support type dude for stealing buffs. So what's a good, this might be a good team. So again, if we do this, because we need the crit rate, he needs to go first. But then we won't have a debuffer. All right, so we're just gonna hope that he crits, because I want him to actually go. So for first, so we'll do this, debuff, A3, and then he hasn't taken damage again because his block damage buff. So let's see if her thing procced already. Okay, so he did 2 hits on everybody, but her thing procced after the second hit, so that's why she got another hit. and he's got 4 buffs, 5 buffs. A2. A2 can hit for 69k. It was cool because like some of the videos we saw earlier, like he's the last guy just kind of running in and healing himself back up and doing all the damage. Let's put this guy back in. Then after this, let's try, I know we're pretty long right now. Let's try the resistance team that I was showing you guys. All right, so we put a second hit on her, but she had the block damage or unkillable. All right, who do we want to kill? Like 26,000 is like nothing. Yeah, I don't know if Helm Smasher proc, but it really doesn't matter at 26,000. That was cool. So he just completely ignores the damage. I think that's the best thing about his kit, honestly. He's not fully booked, so I can't, he doesn't have like a 100% chance to steal the buffs. It's 80%, which is still pretty good. But having that 100% chance to steal buffs, as long as accuracy is high enough, I think will be very good. Very good for the, like if you want him to go like second, like Arbiter Boost, he goes second, steal buffs like shields that are up, and then debuffer and then nuke. So he could be a part of a team like that. Now let's put him in a team that is like our resistance team. So Lydia's lead. Then we have Sile and Hakorn. So this is like my resistance team. He has a total of, not a ton of resistance, but 252. So he goes up to 352 with Lydia as the lead. But he's got 313 accuracy, which is kind of what we want him for. I needed somebody to kind of strip some buffs, at least, on the enemy team. So like when Iron Brago puts up his increased defense, we should be able to strip that. So do that. If Iron Brago even gets to go. Hakorn is awesome. Okay, so then, yeah. All right, increased defense. I don't know if we're going to get another turn to come around, but we should be able to steal that. Here we go, A3, steal it. Yeah, so there you go. So he's pretty cool for the tanky resistance team. I think he might be better unless you put him specifically to steal buffs as a go first team. My team specifically just isn't fast enough to reach that platinum tier as my go first team. So like my go second teams are more favorable for my account. That's kind of why it's more fun. But like this team, so resistance team and a go second team. Let's see if we can actually survive raise nuke here. But Torments I'm not really afraid of. It's really just like the Madams against this team. Those are like my main fears, because I just they just strip all my buffs or debuff me, even though I have a crap ton of resistance, and the nuke comes in and kills me. So I need Hakorn to unfreeze this guy. He's got some extra buffs, but we're going to steal all these buffs. Stole them all. Killed some people, denied buff. She can't res now. And then he's got 2, 4, 6 buffs on him right now. So he's going to do an extra 60% damage if he gets to go. Hopefully I don't kill her, and I do. But that's his thing. So like if he goes second and they put up buffs, he can steal them off, which is what this team needed, because I don't have a third Madam to put like as a resistance Madam. Who else can we do? So let's see what refresh we have. So again, Madame is the thing that really scares me. We'll try this team. So Michaud is going to put up buffs. Madame is going to strip our buffs. Hopefully Hakorn can resist it. And then he heals. So there you go. Took off our unkillable or block damage. But we did resist Mashald, so that's good. He didn't, but we just need Hakorn to survive. So Hakorn survived. He gets to cleanse off the gnome guy. And then the dwarf gets to come in and just do this. Cool. So yeah, so I think he's better for this type of team, especially for a 3v3. Everybody should have a team like this for 3v3, because if you can get that, it's so much easier, especially to go against teams that you know are going to be faster than you or as fast than you. But let's see what he hasn't procced his counterattack yet. So let's try and kill her. Nice. Yeah, I think this is honestly who I was missing. I had Skullord Vargal in here instead of him as my shield set. So I kind of just ditched the shield and just hope that I didn't die for a nuke. But he does do more damage than Skullord, the way I have him built, as well as can steal buffs. So anytime I'm facing like a Siphi team or like a Duchess or anything like that, I was almost like, there's no way I can kill him. People that had Valkyries, there's nothing I can kill. I need to bring like a Madam or somebody in here as a resistance guy to do anything. But really, if I just bring this guy in with accuracy, he's going to be the guy that I was missing, like my missing link for that team. Like this team, very, very tough. This team, let's try this team. So Seer might just nuke us beyond belief, but we'll test it out. I think she does her A3 if she knows she can kill somebody. So we resisted, which is great. Nice. So we survived the Seer nuke, which I don't know how the hell we just survived that. Does she have a frost set on her? Is that just what happened there? Stuns all around. Do some damage. We need to debuff her. Come on, debuff, debuff, debuff. They kind of like Seer stripped their buffs for me. Thanks, Seer. Now we'll try and steal that shield. All right, so we did like no damage. That was probably dumb. Now Mashald might just kill us. Nope. Yeah, I probably should have saved that that A3 for this. Now there's a lot more buffs. Stun. $17K a week hit. Block heal. Nice. Oh no, that's not block, that's block buffs. Stun. Heal up the team. Do more damage to him. So I don't know if I have the cooldown up, like if she reses everybody. I don't know if we're going to block it with Lydia. We might have. Let's see what he can do. A3's not up yet next turn. 8K, nothing. Yeah, so we didn't have the cooldown up, so they were able to do that again. But we have the A3 up so now we're going to be able to steal some buffs. Let's like slow it down, see what buffs we can steal. All right, so here we go. A3. He's got 3 buffs on him now. So he hit everybody twice because they were able to keep their the thing up, hide and seek. So we hit everybody twice. It still wasn't enough because they weren't debuffed. But we're still in this, stunning everybody, and then he's gonna finish him off. Boom. Nope, Mashald's still there. God, Siphi is so freaking good. Duchess is so good. They're both really good. Block buff or deny buff. Now we have to kill her somehow. But what is he bringing? He's bringing the ability to potentially steal buffs. It's 80% chance. That's why I say if he's like newer for you, or you're newer champion, newer player, it's not a bad thing to book him out. Because I think he does bring a lot to PvP aspect. So now we might just die because Seer just got rezzed up. And we can't kill this Duchess. I just gave her some more buffs to eat. So that's good. Maybe they'll just end it for us. No damage. No damage. I don't think his A3's up anytime soon. One's done. I'm just like waiting for Seer to just strip everything. Don't kill Lydia. Alright, so how many buffs can we steal? And we're only able to steal 2. But it's an 80% chance to steal 2. I think that was our best shot. Besides Seer eating all the buffs. Alright, so she's going down. We have 1 Reser. So no buffs up. That was an extra 10, 20, 50% damage, and it just wasn't enough. Can we kill anybody? No. Oh, we got 1 counterattack. Let's go. Finally, we got the counter. So I think Lydia will be able to block revive. Nope. We just can't kill this Duchess. It's literally, we're surviving all the Seer nukes and everything else. We just can't kill this Duchess right here. Boom. That increased heal is what's killing us. Increased turn meter. she's now full again. All right, guys, if you're still with me, fast forward to the end because this might take a while. Should I put on music? This is literally like a stream right now. All right, no buffs to steal, no buffs on me, so let's just do the A1. There's nobody dead, so I don't know why the hell I'm waiting to res lid. Like that is so stupid. Everybody got block buffs up, so this doesn't matter. I should kill Arbiter. Or at least try to kill Arbiter, so that way she tries to red, Lydia comes back up, and then try to do something. Yeah, go proc this thing. I need to kill Arbiter, not him. Is he feared? Damn, he's feared. He's blocking damage, he's feared, he can't do anything. Who do we have to kill? Arbiter. Got the Arbiter. So now she's gonna try and res. We'll save that. We have to kill Duchess. What? If you've watched any of my streams, it's like, it might be stubbornness, but I don't want to stop until we either win or lose. Like that's just kind of how I've always been with this game. But let's just freaking res her. I don't even know why it's going on. So does she not? I guess she doesn't count the cooldowns or whatever if she's dead. Maybe that's the thing. So I probably was waiting for all that for nothing. But yeah, and now she's gonna die again. So she's got block buffs up. It doesn't matter. Heal a little bit. I'll just put this on auto and just pick Duchess and see what we can do. Oh, they finally killed him. Nice. All right, we're calling it. I gotta end the video. There's no way this is gonna go on for another 20 minutes. All right, so what did we learn? 2 healers, kind of tough. 1 healer, a lot easier. But like this team right here, right? So let's see if we can do anything against this like super fast team. He's going to have some buffs to steal, not a ton. But he's not going to take any damage, at least from the first. He still could be stunned. He's the last one to survive because of his passive. Can he kill anybody from one hit? Probably not. But Lysandra like keeps like, all right, so yeah, so that was pretty cool. We saw that he literally could just do all that because he didn't have like somebody to cleanse. But if we do this, he's probably not going to kill anybody. If we can kill somebody, they might try and res, and then we would be able to get our team back. But there's no way he just doesn't do enough. Like a Trunda could kill somebody. Even this guy on the other team could kill somebody. This guy cannot kill anybody. Let's see if we can finish off the Ghostborn. Unless they heal him, and then we can't. And A2. Oh my god, it's sad. All right, so if we've learned anything, he's gonna stay on my team. I'm not giving up on him, but he's not the top tier legendary that we really are expecting from new champions coming in this game. A lot of new champions coming in this game are very, very good. They have their niche, they have their place that they can be. We just don't know where this guy would actually be. I think I'm just going to keep him my 3v3 team. He's going to be my resistance team. He's going to do some damage, more damage than my last guy. So I've replaced him with my last guy in there, which was Skull-Lord Vergal, or Vergal, whatever the hell his name is. So he did find a spot for my team. So I'm sure he's going to find a spot for your team, unless you're super stacked or you're brand new to the game. I would definitely use him. He is not somebody that should just stay in your vault the whole time. There's two ways you can use him. Use him as more of a support type champion, like Hakorn Smashlord, like more of like this type of tree, or you want to bring him down to the increased accuracy and kind of steal the buffs more. So you got two different things to do there. He doesn't need this because he doesn't put up any of those. Hakorn puts up a stuns, that's why we have that. And I would definitely keep trying this because you can decrease some of the damage that your enemies take from that one skill. All right. So let me know what you guys thought about him. If you guys are still here, appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Let me know in the comments below if you actually pulled him, if you like him, what you think about him. This is a very, very long video, a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I was like hoping for a half an hour. But we're going to put it in the video, 1 hour long gem curse video. So good luck with everything, guys. If you haven't joined the Discord, join it. Subscribe if you haven't already. We just hit 750 subscribers. We're giving away account takeover tomorrow. So good luck to those winners, and good luck to you guys. Have a great week, and we'll see you in another video soon.